I need to play a zero effort needed character next game. I'm thinking Super Brains. For God's sake. Plants vs Zombies Battle for Neighborville is the third installment of PvZ shooters and has seen lots of change since the previous game. I'd first like to say that change is good, and I don't dislike BfN for changing, but it's just the changes it's made to try and turn PvZ into something it's not that really bothers me. Let's start with a bit of history. If you're actively looking for a video like this, then chances are you're more than familiar with both previously mentioned games, so I'll go easy with the synopsis. Garden Warfare 2 is the successor to Garden Warfare, and the game involves two teams of 18 classes doing battle. One of the teams is a brain-eating one, and the other is a more vegan option. Each class has upwards of 6 variants, and some classes have powerful legendary variants that are broken beyond all belief and take a really long time to unlock. So EA wanted some money and decided to allow players to just buy these characters. It's honestly sad to see Garden Warfare go this way, but the game's still fun, it just ruins it, and a lot of people are really against this. And the remaining players have to resort to underhand tactics. And their latest game is at risk of going the same way. But I'll get onto that later, I just needed to mention this so it stays in the back of your mind for the remainder of the video. One thing that really bothers me about this game is it's trying to be something it's not. It's changing up the Plants vs Zombies shooter formula when it really doesn't have to, and it's clear what game it's trying to be. They've split up classes into categories. They've added a competitive mode with a ranked version on the way. They've introduced Escort the Payload maps, and they've changed the look the capture point looks to resemble, I think you get the point. Plants vs Zombies does not suit an Overwatch style game, and this is proof. Added to this is the absence of variants. This makes each class role clear and leaves no room for experimentation outside of that. In the previous game, there were essentially classes within the classes. For example, if you love playing Sunflower, which is a healer, but let's say for instance you want to play more aggressive, but you still want to be the healer. Well, there's the Dark Flower, a variant that puts out insane damage but still retains the Sunflower core healing mechanics. Or Metal Petal, a tank-inspired sunflower that still retains the sunflower's core mechanics. Or the Stuffy Flower, a variant for those who want to take being the healer to the next level. The point is, there's 3 ways to play the sunflower for those who love being the healer, but want to experiment with other playstyles, leading to a very unique experience that I haven't seen a game successfully replicate. BfN removes this and forces the player to use the characters in a very particular way, doing away with player freedom and being very restrictive with how the player interacts with the game, which I feel is the largest contributing factor to why this game fails, and the best example of it trying to be something it's not. Plants vs Zombies used to be unfiltered fun, and a part of this was the variety of ways to play, even for those with a particular playstyle. BfN in contrast is repetitive, and at some points gets boring due to how restrictive the game is. This is completely without evidence, but one reason they might have done away with the variants is to increase sales of their buyable in-game outfits. Just a PSA, not all outfits can be bought, only the really cool looking ones can. Others can be unlocked through the single player and that stupidly expensive reward machine that makes earning customizations boring, unfun and dull, giving you one piece of customization for 30,000 coins, which is about 30 minutes of gameplay, with the small possibility of whole outfits. But when I mean small, I mean really small. Getting an outfit out of that thing is like winning the lottery. A little mention goes to the fact that they're going to start selling upgrades for the characters. Upgrades that are going to be originally available at the end of a prize map. The prize maps are part of events. You unlock bulbs, which is the currency for the prize map. You use those bulbs to then redeem things on the prize map. and this month there is an upgrade at the end of it which changes how one of the characters plays. For now, no one knows how good it is, but eventually when people start using it, we'll be able to know for sure. But after the event's done and you didn't get it, well, that's fine, because you can just buy it with real money. And that is why it's looking increasingly likely BFN's going to suffer the same fate as its predecessor. I might as well mention what the game gets right. The single player component of the game is fantastic, with a sort of campaign, collectibles and chests filled with coins that provide a fun experience that is so different from the multiplayer, and more in line with PvZ's identity as a game franchise. Unfiltered, wonderful and oftentimes wacky fun, and it's a really good comparison to make when showing off the multiplayer's ineptitude. So in conclusion, BfN is trying to be something it's not, and as a result removes most of its personality and charm that the previous games had, as well as being repetitive and boring. Thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy, do not forget to leave it a like and perhaps consider subscribing. So with all that being said, I will see you in the next one.